to join, and then we'll get this party started from the hospital bed. All right, there's 2 of you so far. Hey guys, Annie, Sin, Tammy, Juan, Devon, Trump, Chris, Fannel Fins. All right, we'll get started. So I got this back in my chest again. This thing is this is for hemodialysis, which is for the blood. So the reason why there's 2 of them is because they pull out the blood from one of them. My blood literally leaves my body, goes into a big machine. The machine cleans my blood, and then it comes back in through the other side. So I'm going to have to do this temporarily. I don't know if it's going to be for a couple weeks or a couple months, but they want to give my stomach a rest. Now, what happened was I have a catheter in my stomach, and that's for peritoneal dialysis, which is what I do every night. The problem is, somehow 3 days ago, when I was at the hospital, they were trying to drain the fluid and nothing was coming out, which meant that the catheter itself was clogged. Now, these things can get clogged for a number of different reasons: scar tissue, body fat, infection. I don't know exactly why it was clogged because I haven't been able to talk to the doctor yet, but it definitely got clogged, and part of it was from the infection. Now, not all infections are made equal, okay? There's all different types of bacterias and viruses that can get into your body. Now, in the past, I had like a staph infection, which the last time it actually traveled into my bloodstream, which is pretty scary because once it's in your blood, it could start to travel all over your body. However, when you have that kind of infection, you have a lot of symptoms: chills, fever, nauseousness, cold, tired, all the symptoms. However, this time, I only had one symptom, which was abdomen pain. That's it. No chills, no fever. And that's really rare with an infection. Like usually you have many symptoms. I only had physical pain. So anyway, the doctors last week when I was here, they tried to culture the fluid out of my stomach and they tried to culture my blood. And they couldn't find an infection, which was weird. Because like clearly I'm not feeling well, but it's like, what's the infection? They couldn't identify it. So anyway, I got discharged from the hospital. I felt pretty good for a day. And the next day, the pain started coming back, and within 3 days, it was worse than it was originally. So now, they actually figured out what the bacteria is. And this bacteria is only found in tap water. Now, I don't usually drink tap water. I usually drink bottled water. And my nurse said, yeah, it's not from drinking bottled water. And it's not from drinking tap water. She said it's from taking a shower. So somehow, when I took a shower, water either entered my stomach through the hole in my stomach, which is supposed to be completely clogged, or the water went through my catheter and into my stomach. And she said that this is such an uncommon occurrence, the entire team had to do research about it because they've never actually seen this before. They've heard of it, but they've never seen it. Because when you're on PD, showers are supposed to be safe. So they think this was a freak accident, like a freak occurrence. But at least we have an idea of like what caused it, what the bacteria was. But anyway, I needed to have the two surgeries today. One was to fix the stomach port. And let me tell you something, guys. When I got out of that surgery, I was so fucking out of it because when you don't have kidneys, like I have kidneys, they just don't work. But when your kidneys don't work and you do drugs, and when I say do drugs, I mean the hospital drugs they gave me, propofol, fentanyl, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't process out of your body the same way. It like lingers longer. So I was basically, for about an hour, completely non-functional. I couldn't even open my eyes, couldn't lift my arms. All I could do was just make like a series of grunts and noises. To the point that the doctors had to keep like, are you okay? Because I would like have a delayed response. And then, while I was in that physical state, while I was in that physical state, they already started prepping me for the chest surgery. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, can I at least recover from the first surgery? And they were like, no, we got to start now because otherwise it's like too busy today. So then they rushed me to the second surgery where I was literally just starting to become coherent again on the operating table, just starting to open my eyes a little bit. And then they were like, all right, time to go back under. And so literally they just put me right back to sleep. The second time, my recovery wasn't as bad as the first. But it's been already a very long day for me. Because of the surgeries today, my dogs had to leave the hospital yesterday. I only brought two of them, just the older ones, Cloud and Sunlight, because they're trained to be with me everywhere. Like they know when they're in a hospital to be quiet, to sleep, to relax, to keep me company. But when you have surgery, obviously you can't bring them with you. So I sent them to the dog sitter yesterday, just in preparation for my surgery today. But they're doing fine. My dog sitter is sending me photos of them, videos of them. They're being taken care of. So the next steps are I'm going to get dialysis today through my chest. I haven't had dialysis in 3 days. And so my blood currently is very toxic right now. A lot of you may not understand how to interpret this, but I'll tell you anyway, because you could Google it afterwards. My BUN, which is an indicator of toxins, is currently a 105. That number is supposed to be below 20. So my blood is already 500% more toxic than it should be. And then my creatinine, which is for muscle breakdown, is supposed to be a 1.3. It's currently a 23 right now. So I am about 22 times higher because all these toxins in my blood, they have nowhere to go. Like I'm not peeing them out. So the result of having such elevated toxins is that I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to experience malaise, which is like boredom, disinterested in things. It's like you just don't care. I'm also experiencing like brain fog, and I'm also experiencing like a delayed response. So like if somebody at the hospital asks me a question, I don't answer right away. I take like 3 seconds. And it's not because I'm thinking, it's not because I don't know the answer. It's because I'm just operating on a very slow speed right now that I don't have the energy to like answer quickly. And the thing is, if this, let's say I don't get dialysis for 3 more days, my numbers are only going to get worse and worse. And eventually I'm going to get exhausted. Eventually I would become completely confused and disoriented. Um, and so I always tell people like every night when I do dialysis, I reset the clock for myself, right? So what that means is every night I do dialysis, if that's my last treatment, then I would live for about 7 to 10 more days. And so every day I'm resetting the clock to 7 to 10 days. But right now, because I haven't done dialysis in 3 days, I'm down to 4 to 7 days. So right now, if I were to stop, if I don't do any more dialysis, I would be dead within 4 to 7 days right now. Because the toxins eventually would just build up too high, you know? How you doing?
Good? Just checking on you.
Yeah, I didn't get my food yet.
Didn't get your pudding food? Okay, let me see.
No, I ordered like what, an hour and a half ago, right?
Let me see.
So anyway, I'm on a 4 to 7 day death timeline right now. But once they bring me downstairs to do hemo, then I reset the clock back to 7 to 10 days. So I really need hemo right now. I really need to get this blood clean because I'm starting to feel the effects of it. Anyway, guys, if you want to support my battle financially, givesengo.com/Adam Francisco. And if you want to consider donating, it's PatrioticPapi@gmail.com, and then I'll send you the links and all the information you need to consider donating. But I should be feeling much better later today when they hit me with the treatment. Oh. All right, guys, I appreciate all you being here. God bless you guys. And God bless Trump.